Most people get this wrong when choosing a SIM card for Europe. They think one card will just magically work everywhere. And then halfway through their trip, they lose signal, run out of data, or get hit with unexpected charges. Here's the truth no one tells you. Not every Europe SIM actually works smoothly across all 27 countries. Some slow down, some switch networks poorly, and some quietly limit your usage. In this video, you'll learn exactly how to choose the best SIM card for traveling across Europe, with one card, no confusion, and no hidden problems. By the end, you'll know which option to pick, how to set it up, and how to avoid the biggest mistakes travelers make. Let's start immediately with what matters most. If you're traveling across Europe, the goal is simple. One SIM card that works seamlessly across multiple countries without needing to swap or reconfigure anything. Now here's the problem. Europe may feel like one region, but each country still has different networks. And not all SIM cards handle this transition well. This is where most people fail. They buy a Europe SIM without checking how it actually performs when moving between countries. Now here's where it gets interesting. There are three main options you can use for Europe travel in 2026. Regional eSIMs, international physical SIM cards, and local SIM cards with EU roaming. Let's break them down quickly so you understand the difference. Regional eSIMs are digital SIMs that cover multiple European countries. You activate them using a QR code. International SIM cards are physical cards that claim to work across multiple countries. Local SIM cards are bought in one European country, but include free roaming across the EU. Now here's the key insight. All three can work across Europe. But only one or two will actually give you a smooth experience. Let's start with regional eSIMs, because this is the easiest option for most travelers in 2026. Imagine Alex traveling from France to Germany to Italy. He installs a regional eSIM before his trip. As soon as he lands, his phone connects automatically. When he crosses into another country, it switches networks without him doing anything. No swapping SIM cards. No settings. No stress. But here's the problem. Not all regional eSIMs perform equally well. Some connect to lower priority networks, which means slower speeds. Now here's a smart move. Choose an eSIM provider that supports multiple network partners in each country. This allows your phone to switch to the strongest signal. In a minute, I'll show you how to check this before buying. Now let's talk about international physical SIM cards. These are still widely used, especially by travelers who don't have eSIM-compatible phones. Let's say John buys a Europe SIM card online before his trip. He inserts it into his phone, and it works across multiple countries. Sounds perfect. But here's the catch. Many of these SIM cards come with fair usage policies. That means even if they say unlimited data, your speed may drop after a certain limit. This is where most people get frustrated. Now here's where it gets interesting. Some SIM cards also restrict tethering or hotspot usage. So if you plan to use your phone for sharing internet, you need to check this carefully. Now let's move to the third option. Local SIM cards with EU roaming. This is often the cheapest option. For example, Jake buys a SIM card in Spain. Because of EU roaming rules, he can use it in other EU countries without extra charges. That sounds like the perfect solution. But here's the problem. You need to buy it after landing. That means waiting at the airport, dealing with registration, and sometimes language barriers. And here's the bigger issue. If your plan has limits or restrictions, they may apply differently when roaming in another country. This is where things get confusing. Now here's the key takeaway. If convenience matters most, go with a regional eSIM. If your phone doesn't support eSIM, use a reliable international SIM card. If you want to save money and don't mind the setup, a local SIM with EU roaming works well. Now let's answer the big question. Which is the best SIM card for traveling across Europe with one card? In most cases, a regional eSIM is the best balance of convenience, performance, and flexibility. But here's the problem. Even after choosing the right type, many travelers still make costly mistakes. Let's fix that. First, data planning. Most people either buy too much data or too little. Let's take an example. Alex buys a 20 GB plan for a one-week trip. He ends up using only 6 GB. That's wasted money. Jake buys a 5 KB plan for 2 weeks. He runs out in 4 days and has to top up at a higher price. Now here's a simple solution. Estimate your usage. If you're using maps, messaging and social media, 5 to 10 GB per week is usually enough. If you're streaming videos or working online, go for 15 to 20 GB or unlimited plans. Now here's a trick most people don't use. Download offline maps before your trip. This reduces data usage significantly and gives you backup access. Now let's talk about speed. This is where many SIM cards fail. A plan may say 4G or 5G, but in reality, your speed depends on the network priority. Some SIM cards connect you as a low-priority user, which means slower speeds during busy times. Now here's a powerful tip. Look for SIMs that mention premium network access or multiple network switching. This improves performance across countries. Now here's where it gets interesting. When you travel across Europe, your phone constantly switches networks. If the SIM card handles this poorly, you may experience delays, dropped connections, or slow data. This is why quality matters more than price. Now let's talk about hidden fees. Some SIM cards advertise low prices but add extra charges. Activation fees, taxes, or even auto-renewal charges. This is where most people get caught off guard. Now here's the safest approach. Always check the final price before buying. And avoid plans that automatically renew unless you want them to. Now let's talk about setup, because this is where many travelers get confused. If you're using an eSIM, you'll receive a QR code. You scan it, install the plan, and activate it. But here's the problem. Some plans start counting validity from the moment you activate them. So if you activate too early, you lose days. Now, here's a smart move. Activate your eSIM just before departure, or when you land. Now let's talk about phone compatibility. Not all phones support eSIM, and some phones are locked to specific carriers. This can prevent your SIM from working. This is where many people panic at the last minute. So always check if your phone is unlocked and compatible. Now here's another important point. Dual SIM usage. Many modern phones allow you to use your home SIM and travel SIM together. This means you can receive calls and apps on your home number while using your travel SIM for data. This is one of the smartest setups for international travel. But here's the catch. You must set your data SIM correctly in your phone settings. Otherwise, your phone may use your expensive home network data. Now let's talk about security. Public Wi-Fi in Europe is common, but not always safe. Having your own mobile data connection gives you better security and reliability. Now here's the final insight that most travelers miss. Convenience matters more than saving a few euros. Spending a little extra on a reliable SIM card can save you hours of stress during your trip. And when you're navigating a new country, that peace of mind is worth it. Now let's quickly summarize everything. If you want the easiest experience, use a regional eSIM. If your phone doesn't support eSIM, choose a reliable international SIM card. If you want the cheapest option and don't mind the setup, go for a local SIM with EU roaming. Always check coverage, speed, and total cost. Estimate your data usage correctly. Avoid hidden fees by reading the details. Set up your SIM properly before traveling. And make sure your phone is compatible. If you follow this approach, you'll have seamless connectivity across all 27 European countries with one SIM card now. No confusion. No surprises. Now you're not guessing anymore. You know exactly what to choose and how to use it. If this video helped you, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want help choosing the best SIM for your exact travel plan, drop your destination in the comments. I'll guide you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.